To start 2024 off right, we got to talk about Cherry Magic. Now, I know, I know it's a delay. I'm hoping everyone had a great holiday, a happy new year, and starting off their year off right with the things they wanted to do and accomplish. And I'm wishing you guys much success. And also, got to be kind of hard on myself, but we are here. Now, to start off 2024, the thing about Cherry Magic here at hashtag J Podcast is the thing that Cherry Magic was the start of all of this. As far as me getting into international BL dramas, it really started with Cherry Magic. Cherry Magic was my very first like international BL drama that I got into that I viewed on Crunchyroll because me and the hubby love our anime. I found it rather interesting that they had a BL drama available. It was right around the time when I was watching a whole bunch of romance animes. I can give you a good suggestion about those too. But I stumbled upon Cherry Magic, the Japanese version. So from Cherry Magic, that's kinda how I got into BL manga as well, but Cherry Magic was the start of the whole international BL drama, the BL drama viewing over here at hashtag J Podcast. So that's why, to a point, I was kind of really upset of the banning of this BL series in international countries. Outside of Thailand because this BL drama is a really good BL drama. Like the if you saw the first Cherry Magic, it was really good. I enjoyed it and they also have a movie which is like a continuation to in the Japanese version I think is his the main character name is Adachi and I think his love interest name is Karasawa. I think that's their name. It's a continuation of their love story. So, it is a really good BL drama series. And the Thai version, I'm not gonna lie, was slapping. It was hitting. I was enjoying the love story between Achi and Kieran. And I'm just trying to figure out where in the midst of all of this did the lines get crossed to where boxes, shall we say, weren't checked as far as viewership, the international viewership could have continued going. Now, your sis had to look on Reddit. And yes, I really did have to talk about this because this kind of peed me off because it's requiring me to have to watch this on what is it? The View, if you call it, is it VUI or VIU? You have to have a VPN to view this BL drama series. But it's just like, why? What happened? And then the fact that you were giving episodes, 2 episodes. So people who are not, shall I say, privy to the VPN or that level of viewership, you have already given them 2 episodes. So they open like a window off of 2 episodes. And then you hit them with the nah, we shutting shit down. Um, certain I's weren't dot, certain T's weren't crossed. You do not have the right what is it? GMMTV did not have the right to air their version of Cherry Magic internationally because assuming that they don't have the proper rights to tell their version of the story. Now, don't get me wrong. How they're doing it is masterful. I can say it's really good. I'm enjoying it. They have their version of the story while keeping the foundation and the core concept of Cherry Magic is just a Thai version. It's a bit different, and I'm loving it. I love their version. I love both versions. I love the Thai version, and it just like super sucks that the international views was just cut short after 2 episodes. And then the thing that made me really question is if they didn't have all of these rights done, how in the hell did they get away with 2 episodes? How did you get away with releasing 2 episodes on YouTube without anybody noticing these 2 episodes up until the point where I think that people really started raving about it on YouTube? So a lot of questions really start in my mind regarding where GMM TV may have went wrong or where they may have not went wrong. It's a lot of questions that stew in my head regarding the cancellation of the international viewership of Cherry Magic. But we're going to take a look at a few comments that was definitely on Reddit. So recently, I'm not going to lie, I have been avidly checking out Reddit. It is very interesting comments that people write on Reddit. I'm not gonna lie. It had me just laughing and just cracking up. But we gonna get into these comments. But let's hit this intro because I added a few things to this intro. So let's get into the intro of #J.
I really hate when people be like, oh my God, you're so pretty. How can you be single, baby? Because that is not the issue. That's not the issue here. The issue is I drink a lot of tequila, bitch, I'm expensive, and I'm fucking crazy. This is too much for a man to handle. It's not the looks. The looks, people love looking at me all day.
I'ma give you non-stop. Check it out. Make me hot. It's your check it out. Make me hot. It's your check it out. I want you bad. It's your check it out. Ooh, girl. Shake that ass. It's your check it out. Make me hot. It's your check it out. Make me hot. It's your check it out. I want you bad. It's your check it out. Ooh, girl. Shake that ass. It's your check it out. Shake that ass. Shake that ass.
If you don't know, now you know. Welcome back to #J Podcast. And if you've been watching since the very beginning, you already know what we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about the banning of Cherry Magic international views and also our recap on episodes 1 through 4 because honestly, can't give you the recaps like I usually do because can't give you visuals, right? So here we have a few comments of a few grievances that were posted on Reddit. And I'm not going to lie, a few of these shits took me out. But a few of them really made me get in my bag and think about this whole situation because I was really befuddled by it. It kind of threw me off because when I saw it, I was just like, what the flying fuck is going on? Now, let's see. Let's bring it right about here. So it says GMMTV Co. would like to announce that we're required to suspend the broadcast of Cherry Magic series on the GMMTV YouTube channel to all viewers outside of Thailand due to no permission from the copyright owner. All viewers in Thailand can still tune into the series every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on GMM 25 and 10:30 p.m. on VIU. That's what it is. I knew it was something. The company will keep you informed if there are any changes. We appreciate your understanding and continuing support. Now, it's saying that they cannot show the series on YouTube, meaning I would suggest y'all to go check out Drama Cool because Drama Cool is not on YouTube. So I would say check out Drama Cool to see if you can watch the Cherry Magic series without a VPN, being that it's outside of YouTube. I'm gonna check it out myself. 'Cause if I can save a few coins, I will. So, so, oh, I'm loving this cup. It was a very nice Christmas gift from one of my close friends. So, yeah, I'm loving it. You know, my aesthetics is all black. I might put on a few dashes of color, but I love black. Anyway, so this was the post. And like I said, a lot of people, for a lot of people, YouTube is generally their only outlet to watch BL drama. And a lot of people rely on YouTube to be able to watch a few BL dramas because in the beginning when I was watching BL dramas, it probably was like one or two that I can find on YouTube at the time. Mr. Cinderella was the only BL drama that I viewed. And I think as they started to slowly roll them on YouTube, I had already watched the BL dramas on I think it was like watchasian.com, is it? Don't get me the line. I think that's the site, but after I found a site where I can view BL dramas, I really didn't watch a bulk of BL dramas in the beginning. In the beginning, I didn't watch them on YouTube. I didn't find them on YouTube. YouTube was not an option when I looked up certain names of certain BL dramas. So when I found a site that I can watch a ladder of different BL dramas, YouTube never really crossed my mind. So as of recently, over the course of I want to say like year or two, they have been rolling out a lot of BL dramas on YouTube where you guys can check out BL dramas or subscribe to the channel that releases certain BL dramas that you like if you're a fan of that channel's BL dramas that they release. I mean, or companies. I feel like they're channels, but they may be companies over there. Who knows? So we'll say companies. The companies over there that they have their channels and set of BL dramas that they do release, you can subscribe to their memberships to get certain access to certain interviews and certain things with the actors and stuff. And I really think that that was a great move. It's it's a great visibility for people who are not accessible to certain sites that we are acceptable here in the States or in other places, such as India or Ireland or wherever you're viewing your BL dramas. I think it depends on as we can see, what your country allows you. And then the great US of A, we just are privy to all things that are toxic and can make you want to do harm to yourself and others in hindsight. So the skies are the limit here. Not something to be proud of, but here we are. So I think it was pretty cool that they started rolling out these BL dramas on YouTube that you can check them out. But I mean, for it to be banned from YouTube, and like I said, it was two episodes that was released. Somebody had to report these like you you had I the ownership of the original Cherry Magic had to report them to YouTube. Or YouTube down the line was like, copyright, it gotta come down. But let's get to these comments. So, okay, so this one was interesting. WTF. What is going on with the management? GMMTV should do better. I am so disappointed. I feel sad for us international fans. Let's hope this issue gets resolved soon. And honestly, I hope they get the proper copyright permission for Gemini and Fourth's My Love Mix Up, since it's also a remake of Japanese drama. And this post really caught me because if you ever saw My Love Mix Up, and I think My Love Mix Up is a Japanese BL drama, it's a really good drama. It's about I don't know the main character's name because I watch a lot of BL dramas. But the main character is like a friendship group. It's him, his best friend, and then a young lady. And he has a crush on the female best friend. And in class, he asks her for an eraser because he forgot his. And when she gives him the eraser, it has the popular boy sitting in front of him, his name on the eraser. So something happens to where he drops the eraser and homeboy is the one that picks up the eraser. So at first, I think he assumed that he didn't see his name, but it was his name and a heart on the eraser, and it was the boy who had the eraser. So at some point in time, I think he inquires why his name and a heart was on the eraser, and he didn't want to out his female best friend, so he took it on the chin and told the guy that he had a crush on him, knowing he had a crush on the girl. So the whole series is about him basically hiding and putting up a front to protect her, but later on you find out that he's not the person she's in love with. She's actually in love with somebody else, and then their love story just happened to go. So I am really looking out for the Thai version of My Love Mix Up because with Cherry Magic. So I can just imagine the boundaries and where they're gonna go with My Love Mix Up. Like how you gonna spin that? Because that's a good story. And if you saw My Love Mix Up, you would love it. The main character, he's adorable, he's super cute. And it's just the whole friend group. They're super cute. And if you haven't checked out the Japanese version, I would tell you to go check it out. Uh I gotta check out Gemini. I gotta check out Gemini. I'm not well versed on that one, but okay. So we have another person. Oh, shoot, they wrote a lot. There was a lot of grievances. Okay. So it says even the Japanese author of Cherry Magic manga had no idea why it had been canceled. I feel bad for author San as she was apparently very excited for the Thai adaptation, and I believe she was somewhat involved in the pre-production. I would say it's a distributor slash publisher team of lawyers, cough, cough, having a wing because they aren't making money out of an independent adaptation. It's only going to force fans to pirate it and not support either GMMTV or the Japanese distributors. I don't think GMMTV would have proceeded if they had doubts as to whether they could broadcast it internationally as most of their output since 2020. And see, I told you guys, I told you these BL dramas haven't all been on YouTube. I told you I was guessing one or two, but apparently I am apparently wrong. It has officially been like three. So I knew it hasn't been that long. Okay. So 2020 has increasingly had inter fans in mind in the wake of the BL boom. This would be Japanese copyright lawyers realizing they didn't make every dollar possible from something they have teeniest IP hold on. And then I just say it's crazy that two episodes were released. Two episodes. If they didn't have everything done strategically, how in the hell two episodes was released? And sat there. Like, I think this cancellation happened like a day or two before a couple of days before the third episode was supposed to air on YouTube. This shit is crazy. After watching the first few Thai adaptation episodes, I don't think legally they have much of a case, as the story has been so changed and localized that it is almost a completely different adaptation, which it is. The character names are changed. How their history on how they met each other is different. In the Japanese BL drama, Adachi meets Karasawa at a work dinner, and Karasawa gets drunk, and Adachi takes care of him by never letting anybody know. In the Thai adaptation, Karen and Achi meet each other when they both are going to be interviewed for the job. So their whole story is like it's none of that happening in their storyline. Even when when they separate from the workers and they have the the dinner, okay. Even when they have the dinner with the workers and they separate and have their alone time, that storyline is completely different. Like it like I said, the foundation is basically the same. Is two co-workers, one superior, the other one just barely making it. Well, the other one is successful in his own right, but he's very quiet. He's more to himself, and it's about them coming to be. Now the foundations are the same, but the storytelling is totally different. So I agree with them. Okay. So hopefully lawyers from both sides can come to agreement. It's also going to mean that GMM TV will have to doubly make sure Gemini 4's new series based on a Japanese IP has the correct agreements in place. My Love Mix-Up is based on Kata Hatsuko, Hatsuko. I hope I said that right. So it will be interesting to see if it goes ahead in light of the drama from Cherry Magic. Somebody said this was something I was thinking about too. This version is very uniquely Thai and includes a lot of Thai culture, like his trip into work in the ferry boat and making merits on his birthday with the monk. They even have the company boss be Japanese as well, though, as a tie in. LOL. And I said that in one of my reviews. I said I love how they tied in the Japanese aspect, just, a level of paying homage to the original version of the story. It's just like there's a hater on every block. But anyway, different enough. The characters are even different enough that I don't know why they have such an issue with it other than wanting more money. And that's what it seemed like. I think it seems like a money grab type of situation. It seems like, hey, we're not making enough money from your version, as we can see a lot of people are flocking to this version of Cherry Magic, and we're not gonna get our end. We're not gonna get our cut of that pie that y'all gonna make, because this series looks like it's gonna boom. And I'm not gonna lie. The first listen, this series so far is good. Is good, 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 good. Okay? We're gonna take in one more, and all right. So we have another one. They said next time they should put the term global viewers in the contract and not international. Maybe the Japanese copyright holder thought international equals Thailand and not international equals whole world. Crafty. Point, point, point. This is obviously disappointing, but I wonder if this could also affect potential merch and DVDs of the series too. Cherry Magic is hugely popular. It's the show I got my sister into BL with. And she was even going to branch into Thai BL for the first time to watch this adaptation. So I can't imagine they didn't have something lined up to put on sale down the line. Now, okay, so here at hashtag J, we don't think it's a legal situation. It sounds like I'm not going to get paid the way I want to get paid for my version of the story, which is the original version of the story. Before we say, yeah, you can remake it. And I feel like they assume that the Thai version wasn't going to slap like it slapped. That's why we got the 2 episodes. I think that they felt like, "Oh, it's not gonna hit like ours hit." But then they saw them numbers coming, and they saw it was hitting, and it was like, "Hold on. We not getting a cut of that. We not getting a cut of it the way we want a cut of that. We want a good portion of that pie, and we'll decipher on what you get." And it's like, listen, if you told them that it was okay and they followed protocols and they did what they were supposed to do, Let this is some shit. And it's like you're depriving the international viewers. And like I said, not everybody's privy to pirate the views on this series. And it sucks that GMMTV will not really get the viewer the coins they deserve on the back end for this series because of this. So I guess they figure if we don't get paid, you won't get paid either. Cause we know they're gonna figure out a way to look at this fucking series. So it's just like what are we doing? Like what are we doing? The fans want to know what are we doing? And by the way, you notice that I still have a Christmas tree in the back. I love Christmas. So January is my birthday month, and the hubby is allowing me to have this Christmas tree up for the month of January. So you just gonna see my goddamn Christmas tree in the back, and it just is what it is. So I just wanted to point that out. But it sounds like a money grab on Japan's part that's not the way they wanted it to be. Like they felt like, listen, this franchise, this Thai version is about to cake the hell up. And we're not gonna get the proper cut that we feel we deserve. So let's just shut the shit down. If we can't get none, nobody gets none. So it's like pretty crazy. And this is like, what can we do? You know? But now we're going to get into the whole recap of episodes 1-4. Now, in this Cherry Magic, as you saw from a few of the comments from the Reddit, it's totally different from the Japanese Cherry Magic. From the first episode, you notice that Achi, of course, he gets his powers being able to read minds. And in the first episode, and I've always said this from the first one, the difference between Genta and Achi, Genta was fortunate enough to have to deal with one person and his damn cat. Now, in the original version, um, Adashi's best friend cannot hear his cat's thoughts. So that's another Thai adaptation. But the fact that Genta only had to deal with his cat and men, he had light work compared to Achi, who was in an elevator basically in the public when he is fully aware of his power. So he finds out, Karen is in love with him secretly, has a crush for him. And the first two episodes is him trying to get an understanding on why this man likes him. And then when he's invited to his house when they work late, when he decides to help the coworker, when he decides to help the coworker rock and it starts raining and he winds up at Karen's apartment and Karen already had these pajamas set for Archie and in the pocket was embroidered of Archie's ear and the mole behind his ear. At first I thought it was an A, at sign for Archie. I'm not gonna hold you. That's what I thought it was. And baby, if you thought the same thing, drop an at sign in the comments because I clearly thought that's what it was. Until like I really looked at it and I'm like, oh shit, that's the ear and a mole. Okay. I just wanted to point that out because I'm hoping I'm not the only one. Like I seriously thought that. Also, also how we find out about Achi's backstory, the fact that he did like somebody at the job when he first started. It was a young lady, and he overheard the young lady basically speaking on how she doesn't really like him, but she basically likes using him. And that's basically what ended his his journey in wanting to find love. It ended his love journey because he got his feelings hurt and he really took it on the chin. Like he really took it personally that he wasn't good enough. he finds himself that he's not good enough to be loved in that aspect. There's certain parts of his life that he feels that he hasn't reached a certain goal where he's worthy to be someone that somebody would love and admire and want to be with. So you kind of feel sorry for Achi, and it's like, who says who the hell is you to be using Achi? Who is you? Anyway, I digress. But you learn that that's the reason why it's very hard for Achi to understand why Karen likes him. Another part that I really liked was when he lets his best friend Jinta knows that he can hear people's thoughts. And sitting there, he learns that Jinta has never been in a relationship with anyone and he doesn't know shit about love. But he's an author, he writes books. So it's basically Jinta's perception on love is not based on experience. And we see that Jinta has his tete-a-tete with men. Their relationship doesn't start off right. And let me tell you something, men got them damn clap back. He put Jinta in his place. But as you see, Jinta is really like heart palpitating. He is falling for men. And we're not gonna lie, men, sir. I mean, he's an adorable looking young man. So I can understand Jinta falling in love with men. And I can understand the same thing with Achi and Kira. But we want to circle back to this. So we got all that going on. Majority of that. That's pretty much episodes like 1, 2, maybe a little bit 3. Because it's covering like this story so far is covering a lot. And in the Japanese version, I think the episodes are only like 30 minutes long. So it's not too much a backstory that we're given in the Thai version. So I just point that out that the Thai version is actually the episodes are longer than the Japanese version. Still not understanding the cancellation, but we here. So in the Thai version, right? We have Achi and Kieran, this is episode 3, that they go on a work trip. So the work trip is very Thai version like with the BL dramas. They always throw in like a work trip or a school, some type of trip that basically bonds the characters together. And they do. They have a work trip where Kieran really protects Achi when Achi is walking with, the female friend. What's her name? Pi. When he's walking with Pi, he basically gets into a situation with the guys because Pi responds to them, and he is protected by Kieran. So in that hindsight, he felt like he wasn't strong enough to be by his side. But like I said, Achi is really battling with whether or not he's good for Kieran and trying to figure out why he likes him. And that's the bulk of his confusion and what he battles with. But also he's learning that he's slightly learning to, he's learning that he's slightly falling for Kieran, basically. Um in the trip also they have a exercise where they partner up and they basically choose a person that tells the best qualities of the other person, and Kieran chose Achi. And in the presentation at first you don't see what he says, but they say they show it at the end of the episode. And basically Kieran talked about Achi in a manner like, I see you, to use his level of admiration from the other coworkers to be able to see Achi the way he sees him as well in that moment. So you can see that Achi slowly gains a level of confidence in himself and slowly starts to feel that he's worthy to slightly be by Kieran's side. And I love the whole work trip and how Archie felt like at one point in time he felt like he was using Kieran because he finds out Rock's story on his relationship with his previous ex-girlfriend, and he felt like him and Rock's ex-girlfriend had things in common, but it's like no, Kieran actually enjoys taking care of Archie. So it's not so much of Archie using Kieran. Archie, through the magical gift that he has to be able to read thoughts, he hears Kieran basically says that he enjoys being able to take care of Archie, that makes him really happy to make him happy and to be that person to provide those things to Archie. So I love how it balanced out how the episodes balance out Archie's worries. You kind of get um a cure to the little toxicity that may be forming, or no, a cure to the problem that may be forming. So you get a little bit of cure to the problems that maybe Archie or Kieran may have with each other in one episode. Okay. Now we gonna talk about episode 4, right? So episode 4 is gonna have more details because that's the most recent episode, and we got the know. So episode 4 is like I talked about, Archie feels that he might be using Kieran, and he starts to realize the effects of Kieran's actions on his life. Now, in episode 4, you notice that Archie is getting a realization of how the little things that Kieran do gives him little aspects of joy in his day that he never had before, and he kind of doesn't want them to go away. So it's Archie to a point appreciating what Kieran does for him, but also understanding how the little things that Kieran do for him brings him a level of joy. All right. So we have Genta's newfound attraction to men. In episode 4, we see that Genta bumps into men at a skater park outside of the frequent deliveries that he makes to Genta's house for the cat. Basically, we see that Genta is realizing that he's falling for men. So he sees him at the restaurant, they sit down, he talks with him and stuff, and he can read men's thoughts that men is also coming off like he's attracted to Genta too. All right. Now, this one is what do we call it? We're gonna call it. So Pie crushing on Archie while Rock is crushing on Pie. It appeared that way. Now on episode 4, it appeared in a little bit towards the end of episode 3. Oh no, just episode 4. So episode 4, you thought that Pie had a thing for Archie. And Archie thought that he was in a love triangle between Pie and Kieran, because it's a scene when they both give him uh like a snack for lunch, and ultimately he ends up choosing Kieran's snack. Like duh. Like, but we see that it looks like Pi has a thing for Archie, especially after he was there for her during the whole situation with her seeing her ex-boyfriend at the trip, at the work trip. He gave her some inspiration that actually helped her stand up to the ex-boyfriend. Basically, he let her know, like, you're fun by yourself. You don't need somebody else to validate you. You're an amazing person. And she utilized that to stand up to the ex-boyfriend, which chef kiss. When I talk about a read, and especially when she ate that food in front of homegirl. No, a homegirl wanted that damn food and she didn't want that salad that homeboy was making her eat, was crazy. I'm glad that Pie kicked that mother to the curb, because he has some damn nerve to be telling her what to eat, how to eat. It's just no, 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 no. We ain't gonna play them games. But it appeared that Archie had a love triangle going on with him, Pie, and Kieran, but he really didn't. We find out that Pi actually enjoy the BL love story she created, the ship shit. That's the ship shit. The shipping she did mentally of Kieran and Achi, basically. She is in love of the concept of Achi and Kieran being a couple. I love it. And I love how in the beginning you really thought she had a thing for Achi until the end. Like GMMTV. Okay. Now that, like I said, Achi's golden age, which was the love triangle that he thought that he had between Pi and Kieran. But the fact that he thought that Pi was in love with him and that he was in a love triangle during his golden age, it actually helped Achi realized that he liked Kieran and that he didn't have those feelings for Pi, who was a female, but he showed emotion and his heart was racing to Kieran. So, in that concept of him thinking Pi liked him, he kind of got validation that he's in love with Kieran. So, it kind of helped him in a way because at this point, he kind of have an idea or knows he has a thing for Keurig. Put a stamp on it. He put a stamp on it. So I like that. I like that. GMMTV. You did it. We caught it. We caught it. We caught all of it. We caught it. All right. All right. So, like I said, Achi chooses Kieran's dessert over Pie's dessert. And Pie really wanted to ship him and Kieran together. She is a fan of their budding love and she has shipped them together. And she's hoping that ship takes a sail into the seas forever. And Pie, we are right along with you. Pie is our spirit animal in Cherry Magic. Girl, you representing all of us. Okay, Pie? You do it. You do it. Because your deception made Achi realize that Kieran is the one. So Pie's my girl. She's my girl. Now, at the end, right? Woo! During episode 4, we noticed that it's a scene where Achi is sitting out somewhere and they're sitting, no, Achi's heading outside of work and Rock runs into him. And Rock noticed that it's a young lady by Kieran, and he insinuates that this young lady might be Kieran's girlfriend. Now, at the end, his girlfriend or a love interest. At the end, we find out that this girl is Kieran's sister because she shows up at Achi's place. Now, when she shows up, she basically impedes that Kieran. She basically impedes Kieran. I can't believe I can't get this out. She basically suggests for Kieran to stay with Achi, being that she wants to stay at his place because she's, I'm assuming, planning on leaving her husband or having some time away from her husband. But it's something about her plan that's a little bit suspicious, and I don't know if it's something that she's doing for her brother or something that her and her brother cooked up, or she may just really need the space. But it is something about how she maneuvered and how she moved, as if she knows that Kieran likes Achi a lot, and like as if she knows the progression of the relationship through her brother. So I think it's more to that sister, but we are loving the sister because it ends up with them having to cohabitate with each other. And like we have to agree with them comments on Reddit, this story is being told differently. The story is being told differently. That's all I'm gonna say. So we ending with them two having to cohabitate because if I'm not mistaken, Achi passes out. They bring him back. Kieran brings him back home, and he's there. He's helping Achi, and that's when the sister shows up and proposes that Kieran stays with Achi because she needs Kieran's place. And that's how we ended off with episode 4. So I'm anticipating how episode 5 is gonna be. We are loving it, and honestly, we loving it.
Awesome!
Like, we loving it. We loving Cherry Magic Thai version over here. Like, and I'm hoping to God that they can get this situation under control in a manner to where the international viewership can watch Cherry Magic on YouTube and also My Love Mix Up, because the Thai version is really good and you depriving people of some good shit. It's like, it's not cool. It's a damn good series. And like I said, I would tell you guys to check it out on Drama Cool. It sucks that GMM TV is not going to really reap the benefits as they should, and they deserve their flowers for this. It just super sucks. It sucks that they won't benefit off of this currently right now, but hopefully this change. I hope this change a few episodes in, hopefully in a couple of weeks. I'm hoping it's not something that it's going to take months or a year and they're able to release it. I hope in a couple of weeks they can be able to post these episodes that they didn't post on YouTube and, you know, get the revenue that they missed out on and be able to get the current revenue for the next up and coming episodes. So we can hope for them. If you are not watching Cherry Magic, I'll tell you guys to go check out Cherry Magic. If you like, love, or enjoy our comment, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to know when we upload new videos. And you already know, to see our full recap, well, our full reaction. To see our full reaction videos, you do have to be a member on our Patreon. We only do the recaps here on YouTube. For the full reaction videos where you get my full-on reaction and viewership of the episode, you have to be a member on the Patreon, either a BL Bay or a Super BL Bay. Your choice. The sky's the limit. We love you either way. Until next time, guys, be you, be amazing. And like I said, to see this a series, I would tell you guys to check out Drama Cool to see if you can check out Cherry Magic, 'cause I'm going to check it out. And until next time, lay us, beautiful people.